My child, listen closely. You did not arrive here by accident. You did not stumble into this moment because of an algorithm, a random click, or a restless heart. I drew you here. I arranged this exact point in time and gently shifted your steps so that you would hear what I am about to say. You have wondered, is there more? Is something changing? Or am I only imagining it? This is your answer. A profound turning has begun in your life. Not next year, not one day, but now. I have chosen this very stretch of hours to begin revealing what I planted in you long ago. This season was woven into your journey before you ever took your first breath. My timing is not late, not early, but perfectly aligned with who you are and who you are becoming. You have felt it, haven't you? That quiet stirring deep in your spirit. The feeling that something is about to break open, even though you cannot explain why. That is my whisper. That is my signal to you. You have walked through days where everything felt heavy, and yet you kept getting up. You have stood in rooms where you felt invisible, and yet your heart kept calling out to me. You have cried in secret and then wiped your face so no one would see. You thought no one noticed. I noticed. I saw the moment you chose kindness when anger would have been easier. I saw the moment you chose to forgive, even though you did not receive an apology. I saw the moment you prayed, even when you were not sure. I was listening to you. Those moments seemed small. To me, they were a trumpet blast. Today I am telling you, those quiet choices have reached my throne. They have rung through the unseen realm like a mighty echo. What the adversary designed to break you, I have already begun to turn into the very ground you will stand upon. Where he planned collapse, I am building foundation. Where he planned silence, I am giving you a voice. Where he planned shame, I am clothing you with honor. Do not measure this moment by what you can see on the surface. Do not judge my work by how you feel in this one day. My child, I am moving far deeper than your emotions. I am rearranging what you cannot see. You thought you were simply surviving. I tell you, you have been overcoming. You thought you were barely holding on. I tell you, you have been winning battles that heaven itself celebrates. Now, I am pulling back the curtain just enough for you to understand. This is not just another ordinary day. This is a marked moment. My joy is rising over you, not as a soft background sound, but as a declaration. The story is shifting. The atmosphere around this life is changing. The battles that were meant to bury this one have failed. You are not behind. You are not too late. You have not missed your destiny. You are exactly where my hand has led you. And this here, now is where the next chapter begins. So breathe, my child. Let your heart be still for a moment. You are not here by mistake. You are here because I called you, and I am not finished speaking. My beloved child, you often underestimate what moves my heart. You imagine that I rejoice only over grand achievements, public victories, or impressive displays of strength. But I am not like the world. The world praises the loud, the noticed, the celebrated. I lean close to the quiet places. I saw you today. Yes, today. Perhaps it was a decision so small you barely remembered it. You chose truth when a small lie would have protected you. You chose to bless someone who did not deserve it. You chose to pray when you felt exhausted. You chose to keep going when giving up seemed like the logical option. To you, it was barely a moment. To me, it thundered. Your simple yes to me sent a shockwave through the unseen realm. The adversary was sure he knew how you would respond. He mapped your past reactions, studied your wounds, and predicted your next move. He expected you to fold. He expected you to retreat. He expected you to stay silent. But you did not. You chose differently. You chose me. In that instant, strategies formed against you were shattered. Chains that had wrapped around your thoughts for years began to loosen. Patterns that had repeated through your life met a holy interruption. That is why my joy rose over you today. Not because you were flawless, but because you were willing. Hear this. I am not waiting for your perfection. I respond to your trust. A trembling yes in your weakness means more to me than a strong yes spoken for applause. One honest, quiet prayer in the dark carries more weight than 1,000 empty religious words spoken in the light. This is how I see you. Where you see frailty, I see courage. Where you see a small beginning, I see a vast future. Where you see a whisper, I hear a roar. You think, I just survived another day. But I say, my child stood when everything pushed them to fall. My child chose me when fear shouted louder. My child believed again, even with a shaking heart. And for that, I rejoice. Do you understand how powerful that is? Every time you refuse to surrender to hopelessness, heaven takes notice. Every time you reach for me instead of hiding, the adversary's predictions fail. Every time you forgive, darkness loses territory it thought it owned. My joy is not a soft, distant smile. It is active power. When I rejoice over you, I am not just feeling something, I am doing something. My joy releases favor. My joy shifts atmospheres. My joy marks territories as already won. You worry that your life is a string of ordinary moments, but in those ordinary moments, you have been making eternal choices. A hidden act of obedience can touch generations you will never meet. A silent prayer can move mountains you will never see. A decision to love in the middle of your own pain can rewrite stories you do not yet know about. This is why I celebrated you today, not because the world applauded, but because heaven recorded it. My child, let this sink in. When you think, I've done nothing special, I may be saying, you just shifted the course of your destiny. Do not call small what I call mighty. Do not dismiss what I am using as a foundation for your breakthrough. My joy over you today is a sign. The adversary's plans have cracked. The cycle is breaking. The story is turning. And it began with what you thought was just a little thing. My precious child, you often look at your life and see only how tired you are. You think, I'm barely making it. I'm not doing enough. But you do not see what your simple staying looks like from my view. You are still here, still breathing, still seeking me, still pressing play on messages like this when it would be easier to drown your thoughts in noise. The adversary worked hard to make sure this moment never came. He tried to bury your prayers under disappointment. He whispered that I had turned away. He told you your voice did not matter. Yet here you are, listening, hoping, stretching your heart toward me again. That alone is a victory. You call it bare survival. I call it evidence that my hand has never let you go. You walked through nights that felt endless. You carried battles no one around you understood. You faced thoughts that told you, you're finished, you're stuck, this is it. Still, you rose the next morning. Still, you walked. Still, something in you whispered, I'm not giving up yet. That something is me. Every breath you take declares, the scheme against me has failed. Every morning you wake up and decide to try again. You announce to the unseen world, God's hand still holds me. You think enduring is nothing, just getting through. I tell you, enduring is a weapon. Enduring says to darkness, you can hit me, you can wound me, but you cannot erase the mark of God on my life. You have no idea how many times your endurance has pushed back a wave that was meant to drown you. You have no idea how many assignments of despair were canceled simply because you chose to keep walking. My joy over you is not only about what you do, it is also about what you refuse to let destroy you. You may feel weary, but your spirit is not weak. You may feel broken, but your story is not over. You have outlasted storms that were supposed to end your calling. You have survived seasons that were meant to remove your voice. And now, I am telling you, the season is shifting. This will not only be a chapter of holding on, it will become a chapter of moving forward. When I rejoice over you, it is not just comfort, it is announcement. The one who was supposed to fall has stood. The one who was supposed to be silenced will speak. The one who was supposed to disappear is entering a new level of visibility. So do not despise the days when you felt all you could do was breathe and whisper, my name. Those days were not wasted. They were preparation. You thought you were losing time. You were gaining roots. The very pressure that tried to crush you is now the proof of how deeply you are planted. And now, my child, I am taking what you endured in secret, and turning it into strength you will walk in openly. My beloved, understand this. When my joy rises over your life, it is never random. I do not celebrate without purpose. My joy is a signal. It means something in the unseen realm has changed. You often wait for visible signs, a new door, a sudden opportunity, a dramatic miracle. But before any of those appear, something shifts first in the invisible. That is what my joy is announcing. You have walked through a long season where you felt you were simply holding your ground. You were fighting just to stay standing, just to keep your faith alive, just to keep your heart from going numb. But I am declaring this is not just about survival anymore. This is about acceleration. When I rejoice, I am not saying, one day, maybe, something good will come. I am saying the momentum has already turned. The tide is already moving in your favor. What felt stuck is loosening. What felt locked is beginning to open. What felt delayed is being pulled into alignment. You may not see the full picture yet, but you will begin to notice small confirmations. Conversations that seem strangely timed, yet perfectly fitting. Ideas that rise in your spirit that you never thought you could carry. Doors you assumed were forever closed beginning to move on their hinges. These are not coincidences. They are markers that my joy has gone ahead of you. The adversary studied your patterns and counted on your exhaustion. He expected that after everything you walked through, you would choose bitterness, numbness, or retreat. But you didn't. You chose to trust again. You chose to believe again. You whispered, yes, again. So now, his calculations fail. What he meant to be your breaking point has become your launch point. What he meant to be your final chapter has become your introduction to something new. Do not measure what I am doing by how dramatic it looks at first. Acceleration in my kingdom often begins quietly. A single step of obedience, a single apology, a single act of generosity, a single moment where you put down your fear and picked up faith. These are like seeds that suddenly break open underground. Nothing appears to change on the surface at first, yet beneath, life is bursting forth. My joy is my declaration. The seed has broken. The root is forming. The ground is giving way to growth. This is why I am calling you to lift your head. Stop looking only at what seems unchanged. Start looking with expectation. Your story is not circling in the same place. It is turning a corner, and every time my joy rests on you, it is me saying, step forward, child. The road that felt closed is opening under your feet, my child. Humans measure time in clocks and calendars. I measure time in appointed moments. You have asked me, when, Lord? How long? Why is it taking so much time? You saw delay. I saw preparation. Those quiet seasons when you felt overlooked, when your prayers seemed to echo back to you, were not abandonment. They were forming. In those hidden days, I was deepening your roots, clarifying your identity, and gently separating you from what would have damaged what I am now giving you. None of it was wasted. Now my joy comes with a message. This is the appointed time, not the perfect time by human standards. You may still feel unready, unqualified, unsure, but your feelings are not the clock I use. I choose moments when your heart is finally positioned to receive, not just to wish. You often think you must be flawless to move forward. You believe you need complete confidence before you act. But I say to you, I do not wait for perfection. I respond to availability. I am not asking, are you flawless? I am asking, are you willing? My joy over you right now is my assurance. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right on time with me. When you understand that I rejoice over you, it changes the way you walk. You stop begging for scraps of approval from others. You stop shrinking to make others comfortable. You stop apologizing for the call I placed on your life. You begin to carry a quiet confidence, not arrogance, not superiority, but holy certainty. You know deep inside, my Father delights in me. My Father is with me. My Father has already declared victory over this journey. From that place, you no longer move, trying to earn worth. You move from worth already given. You are not chasing success. You are walking out a victory that has already been proclaimed in eternity. So let my joy become your inner anchor. When fear whispers, "You're not enough," let my voice answer, "My joy says, you are chosen." When comparison tells you, "Look at them, you're behind," let my joy remind you, "Your path is unique, and I am pleased with how far you've come." When regret urges you to replay old failures, let my joy declare, "Your past is not the author of your future, I am. This is the appointed time, my child, not to prove yourself, but to agree with what I have already spoken over you. Walk as one who is celebrated by heaven, because you are, my beloved. Everything I am saying to you is not just comfort, it is an invitation. I am not calling you into a life of constant striving where you live in fear of failing me. I am calling you into partnership, a journey where you and I walk together, step by step, day by day. You think you need a complete map before you say yes. You want every detail, every guarantee, every outcome, but I do not hand out maps. I offer my hand. Being ready does not mean having no weakness. It means being willing to say, "Lord, I don't see everything, but I trust you. I don't feel strong, but I am available." Your background does not disqualify you. Your scars do not disqualify you. Your confusion does not disqualify you. I am only looking for a heart that says, "Here I am." I may tremble, but I will still say yes. You feel that gentle pull inside, that nudge that will not leave? That is me. I have already gone ahead of you. Softened hearts, broken, hidden chains, removed obstacles you never even knew were there. Not because you have done everything right, but because I know what is coming, and I am preparing the way. Now I ask you to arrange your life around this call. Bring order to what has been scattered. Guard your focus. Direct your energy, your time, and your attention toward the path I am highlighting for you. Do not wait until you feel completely ready. Feelings follow obedience, not the other way around. If you wait for fear to disappear before you move, you will freeze at the edge of destinies I designed you to enter. I am not asking you to leap without me. I am asking you to move with me. You are not stepping into emptiness. You are stepping into my prepared works. Every yes you give me in this season will have a ripple effect far beyond what you see. The enemy fears that. That is why he tried so hard to silence you, to chain you to regret, to convince you that your voice has no weight, that your prayers are unnecessary, that your life is small. But he is wrong. He has always been wrong. You are more significant to my plan than you realize. This is not about fame. This is about impact. Lives you will touch, hearts you will strengthen, freedom you will release, simply by being who I created you to be. So here is my invitation. Simple and clear. Walk with me. Shape your life around my voice. Decide that my approval is enough for you. Say yes, and I will carry what is too heavy for you. I will lead where you cannot see, and I will turn your trembling obedience into lasting fruit. My child, the world has tried to name you by your worst days, your deepest failures, and your loudest critics, but I do not call you by those names. I call you chosen, beloved, set apart, carried. You have spent many years trying to prove that you are worthy, working, pleasing, performing, hoping someone would finally say, "You are enough. Hear me now. My joy over you has already answered that. You do not need to fit into roles others imagine for you. You do not need to shrink so others feel bigger. You do not need to copy another's journey to feel legitimate. I did not design you as a copy. I formed you as a one of one. Your story, your scars, your battles, your victories, all of it weaves into a testimony that no one else on this earth can carry in the same way. When you compare yourself, you are judging my design with human eyes. You look at what others are doing and say, "I'm behind. I'm not as spiritual. I'm not as strong. I'm not as gifted." But you do not see the full story of anyone's life. You see their highlight. I see their entire heart. I am not asking you to be them. I am asking you to be fully you in me. The hidden integrity that no one claps for. I see it. The quiet generosity you give without posting. I record it. The prayers you pray for others in your room at night. I treasure them. Heaven measures differently. A private act of obedience can carry more weight than 1,000 public performances. A single yes, whispered through tears, can shift more than a polished speech said for attention. So stop lowering your value because your journey doesn't look like theirs. You are not late. You are not less. You are crafted for a specific assignment that fits no one else. And my joy over you is my eternal declaration that your life holds meaning that stretches far beyond what you can see. Let that truth break the chains of comparison. Let it release you from the prison of needing everyone to understand, validate, or applaud you. I understand you. I validate you. I am already rejoicing over you. Walk now as one who is deeply known, deeply wanted, and deeply covered. That is who you are. My precious child, hear this clearly. I do not wait for the finish line to rejoice over you. I am rejoicing now. My gladness is not a fleeting emotion. It is a force, a living decree moving through your life, breaking old patterns, opening new doors, calling things into alignment that once seemed impossible. When I express my joy, barriers shake, lies lose their grip, plans formed against you fracture. I am not guessing about your future. I am not hoping it works out. I have already seen the end from the beginning, and I have already stamped your story with victory in me. You ask, will I make it? I answer, my child. My joy says the outcome is secure. The only question now is whether you will walk in the confidence of what I have already spoken. So rise, speak to me as if the answer is already on its way. Pray as if my favor is already resting on you. Move as if the path is opening, even when you do not see how yet. This is not pretending. This is living according to my reality, not your fears. Let go of clinging to every past wound as if it defines you. Release the weight of every why you cannot answer. You don't need every explanation when you have my presence. I am with you, not from a distance, but with a hand extended, ready to guide, provide, and change what you thought could never change. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of a new movement in your life. What was barren will begin to bloom. What was delayed will begin to appear. What was broken will begin to be rebuilt, stronger than before. My joy over you is my pledge. You will not end in emptiness. You will end in fullness in me. So choose now. Reliance instead of hesitation. Obedience instead of endless overthinking. Wholehearted devotion instead of half measures. As you choose, my peace will quiet your inner storms. A clear path will begin to emerge from your confusion. A freedom deeper than your circumstances will rise inside of you. You are not chasing my approval. You already have it. You are not striving for a victory far away. You are walking out of victory I have already declared. Go forward, my beloved child, not with fear, with holy assurance, for my joy surrounds you like a shield. It is your courage, your inner knowing, your protection, and your honor. Let this echo stay in you. If my Father rejoices over me, then nothing can truly stop what he has planned for my life. Your victory is not uncertain, it is settled. Now rise, walk with me, and live from the triumph that is already yours. My beloved, there is something you must understand fully. You are carrying something far greater than you believe. You look at yourself and see a single life, one person moving quietly through the world, trying to do good, trying to stay faithful. You see only what is visible, but I see the river of influence flowing out of you, even when you feel unnoticed or unseen. Your life is not a small flame flickering in darkness. It is a torch I have lit, and its light reaches further than you imagine. You do not know who will be healed because you forgave instead of holding bitterness. You do not know who will find hope because you pressed forward when everything inside you wanted to stop. You do not know who will come back to me because they saw you return again and again after falling. You think your obedience affects only you, but heaven knows it is generational. A prayer whispered today may become the reason someone else survives tomorrow. A word you speak in faith may open a door for someone you will never meet. A battle you win in secret may break chains for your children and their children and their children after them. You are part of a story larger than yourself. The adversary tried to silence you, not because you are weak, but because he saw what is inside you. He saw the potential of your obedience. He saw the authority in your endurance. He saw the ripple effect of your faith. He feared what you would become if you ever realized what you carry. So he whispered, "You are too small. You are too late. You are not chosen. You are not strong enough. You have nothing to offer. But I say, you are mine, chosen, marked, set apart for a purpose that stretches beyond your lifetime. Even now, my hand is resting on your future, pressing life where there was barrenness, breathing possibility into places that once felt dead. Do not underestimate the power of what is forming in you. A seed does not look like a forest at first glance. It looks fragile, unimpressive, ordinary, but within it is the blueprint for trees that touch the sky, branches that shelter generations, roots that break apart hard ground. That is what I placed in you, not a moment, but a legacy. And you wonder why the opposition was so fierce, why you were pressured, pushed, tried, refined, why you walked through fire and survived storms that others never saw. It is because your calling is weighty. Your growth is sacred. Your obedience has consequences in eternity. My child, you have thought too little of yourself, not in pride, but in the quiet underestimation of heaven's investment in you. When you pray, realms move. When you worship through pain, darkness trembles. When you speak hope, hearts rise from ashes. When you choose me over fear, destinies are revealed. You carry something destructive to darkness and beautiful to those who are bound. And now, I am teaching you to walk in it, not as one unsure, not as one shrinking back, but as one who knows. I was born for this. You don't need to shout to carry authority. You don't need applause to be significant. You don't need perfection to be powerful. You need only to walk in the identity I have given you, and let your light burn without apology. Do not hide. Do not shrink. Do not silence your own voice, because you think someone else is more qualified, more polished, more worthy. Your authenticity is your anointing. Your vulnerability is your power. Your scars are evidence that you survived what was supposed to destroy you. Now, rise with the quiet thunder of purpose. Carry the calling I placed in your bones. Let every step declare, God has appointed me, and I cannot be stopped. You are not walking towards significance. You are walking from it. And this is only the beginning of what your obedience will release upon the earth. My precious child, you have listened long. You have received deeply. Now comes the movement, the stepping forward into what has already been set in place. You do not enter the future as one uncertain, hoping it works out. You enter as one sent, one commissioned, one backed by heaven's joy. I have gone before you. I have spoken into rooms your feet have not yet entered. I have prepared connections, opportunities, alignments, waiting like doors that will open at the touch of your obedience. You fear stepping incorrectly, as if one wrong move could break your destiny. But destiny is not fragile. It is held in my hands, not yours. You think you must get everything right, but I am not looking for flawless steps, only forward steps. Do not wait for every feeling to match your calling. Faith moves first, then feelings follow like shadows. You will notice a shift as you walk. You will speak differently, with authority instead of apology. You will pray differently, with expectation instead of doubt. You will see differently, with faith instead of fear. This is not confidence in yourself. This is confidence rooted in my voice, my joy, my victory, my covering. Walk in rooms knowing I am beside you. Speak with the tone of one who is supported by heaven. Take actions birthed from peace, not pressure. Your assignment is not to force outcomes. Your assignment is obedience. I am responsible for the fruit. You have waited long. You have endured much. You have walked through deserts that trained your heart to survive. But now hear me. This is a season to thrive. Where you once crawled, you will run. Where you once felt buried, you will bloom. Where doors were locked, I will make a way through the wall itself. Not because you demand it, but because I have willed it. And if I have willed it, no force of darkness, no voice of doubt, no failure, no delay, no enemy can overturn what I have spoken. Stand tall, lift your eyes, feel the weight of my glory resting on your shoulders. You are not stepping into uncertainty, You are stepping into fulfillment. You are not seeking breakthrough. You are walking out the breakthrough, already unfolding. You are not hoping for victory. You are living in victory that has been announced from eternity. This is the moment heaven waited for, the moment the adversary feared, the moment your faith prepared you for. Now, go forward, not timid, not hesitant, but sure-footed, steady, established. Move like one who knows. Heaven is cheering as you step. Move like one who understands. Angels surround you when you walk. Move like one who carries the echo of God's joy within. This is your turning. This is your release. This is your rise. Walk into it, not as a seeker of approval, but as a child already celebrated. For what I have begun in you, I will complete. And the end is written in one word: